Got some questions for you. We'll start off with Travis Brown from the Bryan College Station Eagle.
Okay.
Hey, Braden, how are you?
Doing well. How are you?
Doing well. Just curious, I know Jimbo sometimes likes to let this thing go a little bit later, but are you still going to do the 12th man? And if so, what does that mean for you for a second season?
As far as I know, that's ultimately up to Coach Fisher. But for me, it's just helping my team in whichever way I can, representing this university the best way possible on and off the field. Just being a leader for some of these new guys coming in, and then some of the old guys. We have a lot of leadership on this team, and just being able to be a part of this team, it's really a blessing. So I'm really looking forward to it.
And what was last season like for you? Because I know that you were the 12th man, but your roles on special teams kind of changed around. And what is it that you've kind of focused on this season to be able to be a part of a lot of those special teams units?
So like I said, it's been awesome just from last year being named the 12th man and just being able to carry that throughout the year. It's been a lot of fun. I've enjoyed every second of it. And as far as my role, I'm really wherever the coaches need me, I'm ready to go. And that could look a lot of different ways. We have a lot of depth on this team, a lot of great players. So wherever they need me, I'll be ready, and I'll continue to stand ready for as long as I need it.
Thanks.
All right, and just so everybody knows, we changed Braden to 12 on the online roster like yesterday. So
Thanks.
Next question is going to be Gabe Bach, and then on to Tyler Shaw.
Yeah, just playing off of that, Braden. What if you could just boil it down to one thing? What is the best part about wearing number 12 at Texas A&M?
One thing that's pretty tough. I would just say just being able to represent A&M, just because knowing how much it means to me. Coming here, didn't really know that much about A&M, and then it accepted me with open arms, and it really becoming like a second home to me. It's really special being able to represent everything it's about, from the core values to the traditions, and playing a role in one of those traditions. I mean, that's amazing. It's awesome. And so just being able to represent this university, I would say, is my most favorite part.
All right. We have 2 questions left on the queue. So if you have questions, get them in. We'll move on to Tyler Shaw from KBTX. KBTX.
Hey, Braden. When you look at from last year, you guys were a pretty young team to now this year you've got a lot more seniors. Is that kind of an advantage to you guys, or how do you see this team with all the leadership?
I would say it's definitely an advantage. Experience is always going to help on the football field. And so really just seeing a lot of these guys I came in with, and some I've seen come in the next couple of years, and being able to see them progress and advance, it's been awesome. And these guys, they've all worked super hard to get to where we are today. And so I'm really looking forward to where we are as a team, and then just taking on all the opportunities we have this season.
All right, let's move on to Kirk Bowles from the Austin American-Statesman, and then move on to Justin.
Yeah, Braden, if you were stuck in a foxhole with one of your teammates, who's the meanest, toughest SOB on the team that you'd want there with you?
That's tough. Actually, that's funny. During the summer, I don't know how this came up, but in one of our workout groups, someone said, if you could pick 2 other guys off the team, you're about to get in a fight, who are you picking? And so my answer was, I'd take Michael Clemens off the board immediately. And Michael Clemens, he was in my workout group this year throughout the summer, and he's a heck of an athlete. Just everything, the way he's built, his size. I mean, the ideal body for an athlete. And just to see him, the way he runs, the way he lifts, and he's an outstanding guy too. I can't brag about him enough. And just to see how far he's advanced, I would definitely pick him immediately.
Who was your second guy?
The second pick, okay. Actually, I already had this kind of planned out because of our question during the summer, but Jaden Peavy, another guy, freakish athlete, and I think if I have those 2 guys, I feel pretty safe in there.
Thanks.
All right, let's go to two back-to-back from KAGS. Justin's first, and then Mike.
Well, since you listed two defensive linemen that you go to battle with, Braden, what kind of improvement have you seen from those guys with you and Buddy and Anthony playing behind them? What have you seen from the D line?
Like Buddy was saying, just having a group like this in front of you, it definitely makes our job a lot easier. And so definitely a ton of depth at defensive line. Michael Clemens, Jaden Peavy, Bobby Brown, Tyree Johnson, all those guys. They've come a long way. And those are guys that have been here a while. They've had a lot of quality reps and a lot of experience. And so playing behind them, they have a lot of production too. But not only that, they're playing with good technique, which in the long run, like I said, makes it a lot easier for us.
Mike Lucas from KAGS, and then Gabe Bach.
How you doing, Braden?
Doing well.
Just curious, I know you've been around for a while now. Which did any of the young guys really stood out to you from what you've seen so far in practice?
There's been a few. One thing that's been kind of neat about, I guess, the setup of the summer was we've been with some different position groups. So it wasn't really all linebackers together. So I got to work with some different guys. And being able to do that, some of the young guys have really impressed me coming in. McKinley Jackson from the start, which just through summer, I've seen him progress tremendously. Haynes King, he's another guy that has really impressed me. Workouts, I'd be out there doing extra stuff afterwards, and he'd come hit it with me. I mean, it's not very often you see a freshman quarterback going to hit some extra work with linebackers. So those are two guys. Antonio Johnson is another one. But across the board, they've all been working hard, and they're getting ready to roll.
Thank you.
Gabe Bach, and then Robert Cessna.
I'll play off that question a little bit, Braden, in terms specifically of the linebackers. And it could be the second-year guys like an Andre White or Chris Russell or these brand-new freshmen. But has anybody just kind of made a play or flashed something in practice that really stood out to you in terms of the backup guys fighting for depth?
Well, first of all, this group as a whole is just a great group of linebackers. Younger guys coming in first year, which, of course, it's not always easy, especially the circumstances we have now. But I feel like they're adjusting well. Doyle and then Adrian Cooper, they both done a good job. They're picking up on the defense, and it's selling pretty well. Second-year guys, Chris Russell, he's been doing really well in practice. He's been making some good plays. And then Keyshawn Brown too. Andre White, like you said, he's had some experience last year. So really this group is one of the best I've been around. And so I think the biggest thing for us is this group is super close, and that means a lot going to play with these guys each and every day.
All right, we've got Robert Cessna from the Bryan College Station Eagle, and then Travis Brown, and finish with Tyler Shaw.
What makes Johnson and Hines such a great combo?
Good question. I would say really they play well off of each other based on their strengths. Buddy, he's a versatile guy. He's played both Mike and Buck, and he can really do it all. But just he holds it well down inside. And then Ant, another versatile guy, which both of their athleticism is off the charts. He can really hold it down in coverage at Buck and all the things has to do on the perimeter. So I would say just both of them coming in together and really knowing each other. They know their strengths, know their weaknesses, and they play well off of that and play well together.
Thank you.
Travis Brown from the Bryan College Station Eagle.
Yeah. Do you feel like that the continuity that you have at the linebacker group, do you feel like it is one of the more established position groups? And what does that bring to the season with what you were able to bring back and how many guys you're able to bring back that know what's going on and know the system?
I would say it definitely brings a lot to the table for us as a group of linebackers. Just because with Coach Elko's defense, there's a lot of different factors that go into it as far as checks, communications, different fronts, different coverages, and just having a core group that really knows the defense in and out, and then a younger group that's coming in and buying in to this foundation that these older guys have built. That sets up a group that's really close. And I think I would say this is probably one of the tightest groups I've been around at linebacker. And that's important, knowing that you're going to push the guy across from you. You're going to push each other day in and day out. You're going to compete. And in the long run, that makes each of us better.
And we'll finish with Tyler Shaw from KBTX.
Hey, Braden, I know you mentioned Haynes Keem there as a young standout on this team. Jimbo was talking about just the increased speed and size that this roster has. Who on the offense have you seen has really popped out just with their speed and with their ability this first week of fall camp?
I'd probably, which I know Buddy gave the same answer, but Anai Smith, he's one that's definitely stood out just because his speed in the open field. In the open field, that's a tough guy to tackle. But there's been some other guys. I'd say Jamon, he's been doing a heck of a job, and his leadership is really important to this team. The offensive line is a great group as well. Ryan McCollum, Carson Green, Dan Moore, some of that experience up front, which all those guys are great athletes. They can move, and having to get off a block on one of them is not always easy. So across the board of offense, I've been really impressed by what I've been seeing.